Salute fam. Today I want to discuss 5 signs you might be protein deficient. Now I chose these signs because they're very common and almost always occur with people who eat less than the recommended daily allowance, which in my opinion still falls short, but either way, here we go. Slow healing. Lack of protein will slow the healing rate of bruises and sores significantly. Protein not only rebuilds the tissue, but proteins in the blood itself are used to form antibodies for viruses and bacteria. This is why it could take you a while to get over a cold. Also, this is why people lose weight when they get sick, because usually when you're sick, you don't want to eat. And the body has to feed from its own muscle supply to get the proteins to heal itself. As far as slow healing sores and scrapes are concerned, it is a blood protein called fibrinogen that forms a scab on a flesh wound. Low protein will obviously slow the healing process down in this case also. Many people instinctively sip on hot teas when they're sick, which is a good thing as long as you get tea from a region where the fluoride is not used in the farming. Teas actually have amino acids in them, at least some species anyway, such as some black teas, oolong teas, and pu herb teas. These teas are actually high in a lot of amino acid components. Joint noise. We all hear joints pop occasionally, but if you always have one joint or another making clicking or popping sounds, that could be from protein deficiency due to, the reason of your bone cartilage wearing away and making noises as it moves against another bone. This is often missed because people, we know gases that form air pockets in the joints cause noise, but there's a distinct difference when you have the noise in the same spot and the same activity brings it on, like an exercise or a particular movement. We have to remember joints are not the body's growth priority, which is one of the reasons it takes them so long to heal, and also because the body produces collagen slowly. Brittle or white spots on your nails, or slow growing nails. Now we know that the area under the nail creates the keratin or fingernails, so it would stand to reason that the rate of production of these rapid and constantly growing cells would be hindered if there was not enough protein to feed the growth. Since nails grow very fast and consistently, they're actually a good gauge to measure many of the other deficiencies that the body might experience. But protein is an often overlooked indicator because spots especially are attributed to mineral deficiencies. But even if that's the case, remember, enzymes that process minerals are made of what? Protein. And if you intake more protein, especially plant-based proteins, you'll intake more minerals by automatic inclusion. Cellulite or cellulite. The lack of protein that causes cellulite occurs because muscle fibers under the skin are shrinking. So the skin, which does not break down like muscle, starts to collapse. And as I discussed in earlier videos, even with muscle breakdown, there can be fat gain. Fat goes into the skin, which is kind of tethered to the shrinking muscle by a fascia, F-A-S-C-I-A. And since the skin is not pulled tight by a full muscle belly, the fat's not distributed evenly into the dermis, or actually what they call the hypodermis, to be exact. And you get the cottage cheese look. Edema. If you're low on protein, the water in certain veins and blood vessels literally leaks out of weak veins just beneath the skin, which causes edema. Protein is found in the blood in the form of albumin, which in combination with the salts in your blood, they actually help hold the blood plasma inside the vessels because it's almost thicker. So if albumin is low, the fluid leaks out and settles in the lowest levels of the body from the gravity pull, which usually are the ankles, but you can also get swelling under the eyes and around the knees. Now, some items you can use to boost your protein without, significantly boosting your food bill are hemp seed. These are so easy to use for a protein boost, mostly because they go with so many things: oatmeal, yogurt, avocados, salad, soups, a variety of different things. And just 3 tablespoons will give anything a 10-gram boost of protein. Chia seeds. 4 tablespoons of chia seeds are about 9 grams of protein, and they can also be used in a variety of foods to boost protein intake. Sacha inchi powder. Sacha inchi is now more prevalent since I spoke on it about a few years back. It's been refined and is widely available. And this powerful powder has 9 grams of protein in less than a tablespoon. The powder is somewhat coarse, but easily hidden if mixed in with smoothies or hot cereal. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are slept on when it comes to protein. I eat them whole because the shells act as a rough fiber and actually kills many potential parasites in the body. They have 12 grams of protein per cup. Now, of course, you have eggs, high protein yogurts, meats, and the like. And I didn't mention those because they're easy choices and everywhere, and people know about those. The previously mentioned sources I quoted are not familiar in general as high protein supplements. And if you're not into dairy and meat, you can still have a reference file of alternate sources. One thing I will mention about dairy, though, is that there are some surprising sources of protein in that food group as well. One thing I would recommend if you do indulge in dairy is Phage Greek yogurt. Now, this yogurt has 20 grams of protein per cupful, which is rare and can easily be used to fill in deficiency gaps. So these are my picks, fam, for things that can help you increase and supplement your protein intake to fight any current or potential protein deficiencies. If you learned from this video, help support the study and time to bring this knowledge to our community. It does take time and effort to be concise and as accurate as possible so that we can stay abreast of important health information and techniques. Please visit the site and follow these links.